doing it? Oh. Hey, baby. Hey, guys. It is Dinah and baby girl Aston, and we are back with a second live. So, the reason I'm able to go live again and do another video is because Aston had 2 doctor's appointments this morning. Well, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And we missed the first one because we were really late. Like, I was going to be 30 minutes late. So that's part of that's gonna go part into like my little rant about like things that I just really don't like about, having to deal with all the doctor's appointments and stuff. But yeah, so she had physical therapy this morning, but we missed it because we were gonna be like 30 minutes late. And if we were like 10 or 15 minutes late, I still would have like checked in. But I was like, no, it's like 20 minutes, and then we're gonna have to like actually find the place and then check in. I'm like, no, it's gonna be an extra 10 minutes. We're gonna be 30 minutes late. No. So we missed her physical therapy, but she already has one scheduled for next week. So when we go to the one next week, I'll just reschedule so that they could do another one the week after that. But yeah, I hate when I miss her appointments because this is the 3rd time I missed one of her appointments. Being late, I hate it. But yeah, and so her one for this afternoon, the surgeon canceled because she was gonna get her G-tube replaced. They do it like every 2 or 3 months, just replace the G-tube so it's not the same old one in there. And they were gonna show us how to do it so we could just do it at home for ourselves. She's sleepy because we've been out all morning because, like I said, we got up this morning, did her breakfast, got her dressed and ready, and it's a process getting her out the house because she's on oxygen, so I have to hook her up to her portable oxygen tank and get her all situated with that. So it is a process getting her dressed and out of the house. And then I live in Chicago, like I live in the city, so I hate having to look for parking. And we were like leaving out a little late, so I should have just automatically just went straight to the pay for parking building, but I wasn't thinking. Like, I literally was just rushing. I completely forgot and bypassed it, and I'm just driving around for like 10 minutes trying to find a free parking spot. And where I live, it's like, oh, so many pedestrians, and I'm just like, move, get out of the way. But it's like, you can't really try to push the pedestrians along just because you're running late. Like, we should have left out a little earlier. But anyway, so yeah, so we missed her morning appointment. I was just like cringing because I was so mad because I'm like, oh, we're right here, but I spent like all this time driving around. Well, I should have just went to the pay for parking because I did that before. Like, if I'm really, really late, I'll just pay for the parking. But if we have time, of course, we're going to look for parking and get a free spot because that stuff could be like $18 to like $30. One time I had to pay for $40 for an hour, just to park for an hour. That is why I do not like living in the city. So later this year, we are definitely moving out of the city and we're going to the suburbs where there's always free parking. But anywho, so yes, so she had 2 appointments, and when her nanny gets here, because yes, I need help because I need rest and I need to not go crazy. When her nanny gets here, then I have to go and get the tire fixed so that I can be able to go to work. So with all that being said, I'm going to do her hair again because she sleeps wild, and so her hair got messy overnight. I'm going to fix her hair and rock her to sleep because she's tired. She took a nap in the car ride and she was asleep a little bit when we got here, but she woke up. And I am going to be using to refresh her curls and her hair I'm going to use the Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus Frizz-Free Curl Mousse with Silk Protein and Neem Oil. So this is really good for natural hair. I have natural hair. I've been growing my hair out since March last year, and it's long enough to braid. I have my wig on right now because, like I said, I am going to be going to work tonight. But my hair is like type 4C natural hair, and this is like, this really makes my curls pop. Like, it looks like 4B texture. But yeah, so let's refresh her curls while I vent a little bit about things that are stressful, you know, being a new mom, a first-time parent in general. I never intended on having kids, but if you know me, you know, like the last couple of years I was doing my young, wild, and free thing, and I made a few irresponsible choices. One of them being abruptly getting off of my birth control. So that is how we got this little pretty baby here. I'm excited. This is going to be the first product I actually use on her hair, because I just use like coconut oil or like shea butter. Say hi. This is your before. So life update, kind of like the last couple of videos I did, I mentioned, look at that. I didn't even show you the consistency of the foaming mousse, but it is water-based, so that's good. Ooh. I gotta rock you to sleep because I know you're tired. But yeah, so I had mentioned like that I was going to be done working in the club, just done with sex work in general, but I am still dancing. It is the best thing as far as schedule wise, where I can get to work whenever I want, so I get to spend time with her, take care of her, and it just gives me the freedom to spend time with her and care for her and be home when I need to be, and still make, you know, decent money, like really good money, to be able to take care of her and try to put something away for savings. I want to do investment savings. That way the money's not just sitting there, you know, but it's growing. But yeah, so that's my little update. I've been growing out my natural hair, my natural nails. I'm still dancing, but obviously that's not going to be for long. The goal is to, you know, get some of my writing published, and I want to open up a business sometime this year. I don't want to tell you what kind of business. That's why I just said a business. So this is what it looks like. It's super cute. A little curl. I like it. I might use it again. Super cute. Let me show you. And then I have to hold her because she's really, really sleepy. Alright, let's show them your curls, boo-boo. She always stares like that in the camera when she sees me have my phone out. She's like, what are you doing? Alright, so look at her cute little curl ponytail. So that's the mousse. That's what it did for her cute little ponytail. And she's so cute. Alright, let's rock you to sleep, little baby. Okay, so first things first, becoming a parent, I knew with a newborn you weren't really going to get any sleep, but it's been a lot of restless nights, and so that was one of the things, like trying to balance work still, because both her dad and I still work. That's why we have a nanny, so that we don't die. But yes, because with me dancing, I will get back from work kind of late, because I work like an hour away from where I live. And so by the time I would get off work and get home, it would be like about like 4 in the morning usually. And the way she is set up with her medicines and her feeds, at she has overnight feeds until 6 a.m. and then she has medicine she needs to get at 8 a.m. and then 8 a.m. also starts her day feeds. That's every 3 hours. So she eats during the day, 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and so on. Like, you get it? So she does that from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every 3 hours. And then she has medicine at 8 a.m. And then she gets her inhaler treatment at 9 a.m. And then she gets, at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m., she gets some other medicine. Hey, baby. It's okay. She's so sleepy, so I'm just rocking her to sleep right now. So you might hear her make some sounds. Hey, baby. So the point is, when I will be getting off work and getting here, I will, shower, put my stuff up, blah, blah, blah. Try to get some sleep, but usually she'll be kind of waking up by that time, like around 6. But now she's starting to sleep a little later again, so that's good. But the point is, like, I usually get like an hour and a half of sleep before I have to start, doing her medicine and her breakfast, and then change her diaper, and then she'll be up at that point. It's okay. And then we spend time together and blah, blah, blah. So I was really exhausted. And the first few weeks, I was so nervous. Oh my goodness. I just felt like I was always doing everything wrong. And it's still today, I don't feel like I'm always doing everything wrong. I just feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I need to be like more on it with her appointments. And like today, I gotta go pick up a refill for her. And I just be like really hard on myself. Like, you need to be like checking up on things more. Like, she needs to get at-home physical therapy, so I still need to keep following up with that and all types of stuff. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. And so it's not like anything super major. It's just like adjusting to this new life. It just kept feeling like, oh my goodness, this is never going to end. Like, it's just a repeated cycle. Like, sleep for a couple of hours, take care of her, take her to all these doctor appointments, and then I really don't get to sleep until like 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. if she goes to bed early, because by 10 she's out for the whole night. But sometimes she'll go to bed at 8 for the rest of the night. Sometimes she'll go to bed at 9. But that's all I look forward to every day is like 10 p.m. because I'm like, once 10 o'clock hits, I could get some sleep. Like, of course, I have to do her, start her nightly feeds. But after I press start and do that, we're good for the whole night. Because she doesn't need any medicine during the night. You just do her overnight feed and sleep. Switch out her feeding bag. Keep it refreshed. And that's it. And, of course, change her diaper. But it's really just like being exhausted and just feeling like, oh my goodness, this is going to be life for the next 2 years. Because at least when she's 2, she could take herself to the bathroom and all this stuff. And I don't feel like she'll really be on all this stuff by then. I feel like later this year, she'll be getting off of the oxygen, and she probably won't need the G-tube. We got to see how quickly she learns how to start taking food by mouth. Hi, baby. But yes, and then like the process that it takes to get her, like if we want to go take her to the doctor appointment or run an errand, I stay in the house. Like, if I'm not working, I stay in the house. If I need something from the store, I have her dad get it, or I just use one of the apps like Uber Eats or something, because it is a whole process getting her out the house. The stroller, the portable oxygen tank, and then all the dirty people with their germs. I just don't want her around people so she don't get sick. So we just stay in the house. I am a homebody, and it's winter and it's cold, so she gets to go out and get her little walks when it's time for her doctor's appointments. we went to the grocery store with her twice, but I always keep like a blanket over her stroller covering her, so because people always be trying to look inside your stroller. I be like, what are you doing? You know what a baby look like. Don't be trying to get all up close and personal. So I keep that blanket over there so they don't be breathing all their germs and toxins on her. But yeah, that's my little life update. And my little rant. Nothing crazy. Her nanny's gonna be here soon, so I'm gonna go and get that tire changed, and then I'm going to have to come back and start getting ready for work. So we've been up since 7 something this morning. And yeah. I'm just trying to think, like, whenever I get on here, I always feel like, I don't know, like, I feel like I have a lot of stuff to talk about, like, internally in my head. It feels like I have a lot to talk about, but once I actually get on here, it goes by really quick. I'm like, it's really not that much. There's really not a lot to say once I actually start saying it. Oh, another update, duh, okay, yes. So, of course, you all know, like, I've been doing my, spiritual walk. So, I've been, watching my sermons. I love Transformation Church, and I love The Basement with Tim Ross, so definitely check them out on YouTube, especially The Basement. I love The Basement. Tim Ross is so chill, and he just, he's just himself speaking about, discipleship and just living the word and all that stuff. And then Transformation Church, they're just representing Christ to the world. And now he's starting a new kingdom series, so that's good because we need a kingdom mindset. But I think like a few months back, maybe in October, I started doing like personal counseling, and that has been pretty helpful. It's given me like lots of realizations about myself, because I've always done like self-reflections on a regular basis, like, just reflecting my life and my days and, who I am as a person. But that's always just been like internal, like just with myself. Now talking to like another person, like a licensed, therapist, psychologist, whatever, it's awesome to see like their take on my thoughts, and I'm loving it. So I'm a huge advocate for mental health, because a lot of things that we like witness people going through, it's really because some of us lack, taking care of our mental well-being. So we have to take care of ourselves, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. We can't neglect our health. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. But yeah, I felt really bad that we missed her physical therapy today. I felt horrible. This necklace her dad got me for Christmas, and I love it. He got it from Pandora. It's like a little circle on the inside that you can spin around, and it has different designs on each side. I love that. It's so cute. But yeah, so I started going to therapy in October. It's virtual because a lot of stuff is virtual nowadays. It's not so much in person. I've been to church a few times since last year. I started going back. I don't always go because I'm kind of tired, after working Saturday nights. But I am at a place where I just want to be like, totally, wholeheartedly committed to God and all that. So we are getting there. And I want to do a fast. A lot of churches are doing their 21-day fast. So I want to do a fast. Food, I'll probably abstain from like junk food and stuff, because I already eat 1 meal a day. So like abstaining from food. Bless you, baby. God bless you, baby girl. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful, baby. But yes, abstaining from food isn't hard for me. So the real like sacrifice would be like, like not really watching TV, And so like no streaming, because I don't watch cable TV. I like watch streaming shows. So like no streaming. And I'm already not on social media. I've unplugged from that last year. But like no streaming shows and movies, and no junk food, because I kind of started eating a lot of junk food lately. But yeah, and just replacing that time that I would use doing those things with like prayer and Bible study. So like getting in God's word and like generally talking to him, because I do still pray and talk to God, but I don't really sit to hear back from him, because a lot of us will sit and talk to God, but we don't always wait to hear back from him. So sometimes I do, but I get impatient sometimes because I feel like he'll take a long time. But at the end of the day, if you want to hear from God, we really should be patient, because he has great things to say. Like, he's directing our paths, and we want to be directed by the best. So yes. Like I keep saying, I want to be done with dancing. So he's already shown me the route to get out the club. I just have to take time to actually do it. Because my days always feel like it's one thing after another, and I just need to sit and be still and just like experience a calmness where I just be still and hit reset and just start fresh and start new. So that is the plan. But yeah, I'm gonna start back writing, so be on the lookout. Get my work published. I might self-publish it, most likely. And yeah, I don't know what else. What else is going on, you guys? I love creating content. I felt so bad when I wasn't uploading, so that's why I started doing the shorts, and now I can do lives. And I love engaging with you all. I have a really, really good following of people, like genuine, authentic, cool people. Like, so I really appreciate all those who take interest in my everyday life and what I have to say. But right now, I don't think I have anything else to say. I think I've kind of been rambling. And I need to put this baby girl to sleep. What else about being a mom? I don't know. Her dad is 20 years my senior, because I love older men. So her dad already had 2 grown adult children, so this was not his first rodeo. So I got good help from him and his side of the family, and my mom and sister and niece. They helped a little bit, but they live their own lives, so I don't really like to bother them. But they are close, pretty close. So everyone that I can use for any type of help, whatever I may need, everyone is within like less than 30 minutes from me. So that is a blessing. All glory to God for his favor, setting it up like that. My mom's super close by. My sister less than 30 minutes. So yeah, I had to call on my mom one day because I was literally drained, because her dad had to go for most of the day. He had to take care of some personal business, and I had just got off work, and I had just did my hygiene routine, and then it was just straight time to take care of her because she was awake. And I was like, Mom, I cannot do it. I am exhausted. I have no energy. I'm running on fumes. I'm going to die. I said, I need you to come over and just sit and watch her so I could just get an hour nap. I just need to lay down for 1 hour. And so she came over because she's super busy too, but she's awesome. And she helped out where I could lay down for an hour. But usually we have a nanny that comes. Have you thought about going back to the club? Oh, you missed it. I just commented on it. Yeah, I'm still there, sadly. But I was talking about I am working on getting out, because that is not where my heart is, and yeah, that's just not where I want to be. I don't think anybody wants to be there long term. But I do know, like, I will say this: there are some women that work in the club and they kind of get stuck, and they get in a place where maybe they did have plans, like a, ultimate goal, but they lost track of it, so they get stuck, and then they begin to believe that that's the only place they can be, and that's just not the case. That's why I highly recommend you all check out Transformation Church. Check out Pastor Todd's series on, like, the kingdom, because when you have a kingdom mentality, you identify with your creator. And once you know who you are and what's inside of you and who lives inside of you, you know what you're capable of. That's, like, really the real reason I don't want to dance anymore, is because I know what I'm really capable of, and it's way more than that, But it's just the convenience as far as being able to care for her, like, not having to, like, stick to a schedule. Because you guys don't know this, but I actually, when I stopped dancing, I was about to take a managerial job at a really nice upscale fashion store downtown. I was going to be, like, a manager at a really nice clothing store downtown. Like, it was really nice. But it would have been extremely demanding. I wouldn't be able to take care of her like I do, because when she came home, her dad was working. So he had to learn everything from me. So if I wasn't really around like I am, he would have been pretty clueless, because he works like 8 hours, 5 days a week. Sometimes he do weekends, but really, yeah. So she needed us, both of us, to be able to attend to her and all that stuff. But yeah, so you have some women that go to the club and they get stuck and they get lost and they don't really believe in themselves. Like, I don't want to say like initially, because I don't know if they ever believed in themselves. But, some people just get lost and they get stuck and they get comfortable. And then you have some women who never really had, like, a plan. Like, they just stumbled in there and it's what works for them, and that's what they're going to keep doing until something else comes along. But they're not planning, they're just going with the flow. And then you have people that just using it, like utilizing it because of the amount of money you can make and the convenience with the scheduling. You can work whenever you want, but they're strictly in and out. They get in, they got a plan, a goal, and they get out. Like, they're not wasting time, they're not partying. Some people, they really don't have a plan, and going to the club is a way where they could get, like, free drugs, free drinks, stuff like that. So you have all different types of people that get in there. Oh, thank you. Yes, you grew so much since you had her. I pray for continue to bless you. Yep, amen. Thank you. Yeah, it was like a rapid maturing, because before I started dancing, like, I was already on my spiritual journey. I was already growing in Christ. I was, growing in the Lord. And whenever I reflect on my life, the biggest mistake I made was when I moved to Arizona, and I, was responsible for myself, having to take care of myself, pay my own bills. I had a really nice car, and I had a really expensive car notes, having to keep paying for all that stuff. My biggest mistake was not turning to God 100% for everything. Like, I turned to Him for like 80%, but it's that 20% that'll get you. If you have even an inkling of doubt or anything, some of y'all don't know this, but I really am spiritual. So I'm just warning you, because if you hear me speak and it starts turning like extra, like, godly, sorry, but that's what's in my heart. That's how I'm going to speak. But yeah, so if you have an inkling of doubt, that's all it takes. That's all it takes to stumble and fall. So I used to pray all the time and all that stuff, and I was praying for God to, help me manage my new life and take care of everything when I was out there. But it's okay. She's sleeping. Yeah. Yeah, because there's nothing wrong with being aware of your source and wanting a relationship with your creator. Some people try to make it deeper than what it is. No, we are all created beings. We all have a creator, and some of us just seek and desire to be in a relationship with our creator, and that's really just what it is, you know. But what comes with that is being, able to identify yourself, gaining identity, gaining purpose once you connect to your source, and all that stuff. So years back, like 10 years back or more, I already knew like a glimpse of where I was meant to go, but I got scared because anything with God is always going to be bigger than you. Because if it ain't bigger than you, if it's something within your ability to do, it ain't really God. Because it has to be something that frightens you. It has to be something that's greater than you. It has to be something that challenges you. Because how else is he going to get the glory if you're able to do it within your own means, within your own connections? You know what I'm saying? So I already got like a glimpse and a vision when I was 19 about what I was kind of meant to do a little bit, not the whole full thing. And I was actively doing it for a little bit, but then, once it started getting more real, like, okay, I did the groundwork, I did, the little behind the scenes work, and now it's time to bring it to manifestation, like put it out there and actually tell people about it and, like really get the ball rolling. I froze and got scared, and kind of the same thing happened in Arizona, and I was just like, it's just easier to operate in the world, where you don't have to live by faith, you don't have to be totally dependent on God, because like he's not always going to tell you everything. You literally have to just wait for his next move, and that's so scary. Like when you're able to be in control of your own life and be your own God, it feels better and more secure when you feel like you have control. But when you're just like waiting on this voice to give you the next direction, it's so scary, because it's like, okay, what do I do now? And sometimes he'll have you just sit and be still for years. Like, okay, I don't need you to go anywhere. I don't need you to do anything. Just stay right here. And it's like, what? So yeah, so it's really hard following and being faithful, because it's you have no control, and that's really scary for a lot of us. So that's why a lot of us like to be our own God and live life our way and do our own thing and make our own choices and decisions. But it always ends, I'm not gonna say badly, but it ends interestingly for us when we do things our own way, Mm-hmm. Sleepy baby. But the point is, I already had a pretty good foundation before I started dancing, and before I started, experimenting with the young, wild, and free lifestyle, because it was a relief, it was a relief from having to, always be a certain way, always, present myself to the world a certain way. It was fun to just not care and be carefree and do whatever, whenever, with whoever. So it's okay. Oh, sleepy baby. But of course, I kept saying I was free, but freedom always has a price, we're never truly free, because it's going to come at an expense. And every lack of decision I made, it had a result, a consequence. Because even when you don't make a decision, that's still making a decision. You're choosing to do nothing, and you're choosing to allow life to decide for you. So, you may not always like the choices that life has for you. That's why it is good to have a plan and to be focused and to, strive, for something in your life. I used to love like relating to hippies and gypsies. I'm like, I'm just gonna go wherever the wind takes me and do whatever I want and be free and all that stuff. And it's like, you without purpose, you're gonna hit any target. You gotta aim. You gotta aim for what you want in life, because if not, you're just gonna be hitting anything, and you're gonna get exactly what you're setting out. If you have no like expectations, you're gonna get nothing back, you know. Stop it, baby. I'm so sleepy. But yeah, conversation went a totally different direction. So yeah, so I think her nanny should be here pretty soon. She's ready to go to sleep, and I'm going to be getting ready to go to this car shop to get this tire fixed. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for what this year is going to bring. I'm finally going to be putting some of my writing out there, so you guys are going to get to see, you know, my literature. I don't want to talk about it too much. I'll just let you guys see what happens. But yeah, and then I have another thing that must needs get done, but I don't know if I want to talk too deep into that either. So yeah. But the point is, we are setting this girl up early. She's gonna have a great future. She's so sleepy. But thanks for tuning in, you guys. I really appreciate you all walking with me and watching. That's something new she does. She do spit bubbles. You gonna show them your spit bubbles, boo? You wanna smile for them? Or you gonna act shy? You wanna smile, little baby? You wanna smile? You gonna smile? No? She's silly. Okay, so I guess I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll go live again tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to actually plan something to talk about. Cause like, oh my goodness, once I get on here, I'll be like, everything just goes, and I'll just be like, what am I talking about? I have nothing to talk about. Alright, thank you, stay blessed, and stay prosperous. Oh my goodness.